What's up, everybody? Ed of the Sports Brothers coming at you with a different angle today. We're not going to talk sports, essentially. We're going to talk movies, another one of our favorite topics, and one of the most highly anticipated movies of the not yet summer, I guess spring and soon to be summer of the year, I should say, dropped yesterday. Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. And I got my man, Justin Clark. He is a former student, or he may be still a student, I don't know, at the Miami Media School, but he is the quintessential movie buff. I had an opportunity to work with this guy and work with him at school, and I found that he has a deep passion for the movie. So I wanted him, and knowledge, I should say, not just a passion, but knowledge. That's important too. So I wanted him to come on and give us his review of Batman versus Superman, which he did get an opportunity to see last night. I'm thinking about going and catching one of these early afternoon shows, but it is still spring break, so I don't want a theater full of little snotty-nosed kids making noise and oohs and ahs. So I'm trying to debate whether I should go now or just wait till like next week, like I usually like to do when stuff kind of dies down. But anyway, you can follow him on Twitter at JClassic305. You see where he is. He is in the heart of Miami right now, representing Miami to the fullest, outside in the beautiful sun. Justin, I got to tell you first. Before we decided to do this, I did a little bit of research, and I was looking at some of the reviews of the film. And I went on Variety. I found some other sites, and all of the reviews were kind of lukewarm to okay.
They were negative. You can go ahead and say it. They were negative.
Okay, yeah, yeah. They were negative.
They were negative reviews.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised to see that myself.
Uh-huh.
Well, I should say I was surprised because it is, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's a movie that probably most geeks have been looking forward to for the better part of about over 70, probably nearly 80 years. That we've actually, it's funny that we've never actually had these two icons on the screen together. But when you look at not Disney, but DC, as far
Hmm.
as like their movies go, they're normally like not. I mean, with the exception of the last couple of Batman films, they're normally not really. They don't bat a thousand. Let's put it to you like that. So
Right.
it's with movies like the Green Lantern, those horrible Batman movies in the '90s, a couple other, like the Superman Returns and all stuff like that. So I wasn't expecting when they announced this movie, even the last movie they had, Man of Steel, which I actually liked. It's I think it still got. I mean, that would be more middle of the road. I think it's like a 50 something on Rotten Tomatoes. So I wasn't when the movie came out, I wasn't expecting it to be a critical success. But even with something like Man of Steel, which I actually enjoyed, despite what the critics say, when I went into this movie, I my the my expectations weren't extremely high.
Okay.
So and with that being said, I will say going into the movie coming out that it wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be, but at the same time, it wasn't as good as I was hoping it would
So
be.
they left something on the table. They left something there. They left you
Well,
wanting for more.
well, I mean, I will say that, like, yeah, like, because this whole movie was actually supposed to. Well, it actually it did. It started because with now with Marvel, they have this whole expanded universe thing, and everybody's trying to jump in on that.
Right.
They're trying to jump in on multiple movies through like multiple characters and
And
all this stuff.
that's what you mean by expanded universe, where you have a movie where they may show like for example, I think the new Captain America coming up, they show what's his name? I think Black Panther or
Uh,
whatever.
yeah, Black Panther. Yeah,
Right.
they bring in characters. They bring in characters from other movies. So it's
Right.
like it's even
Other
though the
other 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 comic book characters that'll eventually have their own movie, so to speak.
exactly. And
Okay.
before this movie, DC has never done that before. Even though
Right.
they've made plenty
Opportunity
of
to do
movies.
that.
Yeah, they've made plenty of movies in the past. They've never done that. And I will say, like, this movie actually did a wonderful job starting off that world. Because like the world that they created
Hmm.
through this movie, it is a world that I want to go back to. It is like definitely something I want to see like come out into the future. But just the movie in itself, like standing by itself, it it really can't stand. It doesn't really I mean, there was, don't get me wrong, it's like not a throwaway film. There's definitely like some great moments. And I mean, some wonderful moments for me. There was actually, moments in the film where I actually had chills. I
Okay.
was getting so excited on the edge of my seat. But I mean, I'll say it to you like this: the movie is 2.5 hours long, so it's a long movie. So don't expect to, get a quick, afternoon matinee, be in and out within, hour and a half. It's a long movie, and with the movie being so long, I mean, I kind of felt like it was like three movies put together. You had like one great movie
Hmm.
and like one great movie, but then at the end of the day, they said, you know what, this great movie isn't good enough, so they tried to throw in a little bit more. And by the end of so they threw in like another mediocre movie on top of that. And even at the end of that, they was like, you know what, it's still not good enough. Let's throw in a
Really?
little. Yeah, that's the way it felt like they tried to cram. Because like I said, they did a wonderful job building this world, building this, what they call the DC expanded universe. But I just say the DC cinematic universe. They did a wonderful job building that, but they just didn't make a good movie, to start that off. I mean, they did the job they were supposed to do. They just forgot to make a good movie.
Let me ask you this, and without giving any spoilers away, and we're talking here with Justin Clark. He is a movie aficionado, passionate about film. Follow him on Twitter at jclassic305. Without giving away too much, what we've seen from the trailers, and obviously, I think one of the biggest things I took away from the trailer at least was the bringing out of Wonder Woman. Are there
Mm-hmm.
any more DC superheroes that they probably sneak in, either in their superhero form or maybe in their alter ego form that they do throughout the film? You don't have to tell us who.
No, like I definitely they're what we actually call that, well, geeks and movie guys, nerds, whatever you want to call us. We actually call those Easter eggs, and there are a lot. I mean, it's actually kind of funny with it being Easter weekend.
Right.
There are a lot of Easter eggs throughout this film.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
yeah, like
Okay.
some are subtle. Like, so if you're not, I mean, if you're not familiar with the world, if you're not familiar with the comics or some of the cartoons or the TV shows over the past years,
Yeah.
you might miss them. But some are not so subtle. So like, even if you don't know anything, like there are a number. Like I said, this was building, trying to build off
Right.
the because I believe the next movie that come out is in this universe is Suicide Squad, and then after that, I believe is what the Wonder Woman film,
Right.
and then it's going to be the Justice League. Now, of course, the Justice League is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Green
Green
Lantern,
Lantern.
and Cyborg. Or I think those are the ones that they want to um, like
Put
go
out
with
there.
as far as like this version of the Justice League. You will see, if you don't blink, you will see a few of those characters pop in. I mean, they don't really have speaking lines, but you see them. Let's put it like
Okay.
that. They're what they call cameos. I mean, they're just in there for a scene or two. I mean, it was kind of neat the way they threw that in there. And
Okay.
I will say this about this. One of my apprehensions from going in was because the movie is called Batman versus Superman, Batman v Superman, and though I was happy to see that we finally get in like a female-led superhero film in Wonder Woman, I wasn't too excited that they were throwing Wonder Woman so much in the promotions because I wanted the movie to stay focused on Batman taking
Versus
on
Superman.
Superman.
Right.
But I will say, like some of the well, actually, probably most of the Wonder Woman scenes, like they were. I mean, I loved them, and I wasn't. I mean, as gorgeous as the actress is that plays Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, she actually plays Wonder Woman. You might know her from. She was in the last couple
Um,
Fast and
Fast
Furious
Furious.
movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I wasn't too excited because like her roles in those movies, they were short, and she's not a trained actress, I should say. So I didn't know how she would fare on, carrying an entire movie by herself with her being the lead role.
Okay.
I mean, but like the way she played this character, I can say like my apprehensions for that are like they're out the door. Like, I mean, like I have absolutely no doubt in my mind she has the acting chops to carry. at least this character. I don't know about like any other roles, but as far as like this character goes, I am like she definitely has the chops to carry this character forward. And I wasn't even really looking forward to the Wonder Woman movie before this movie.
Okay.
But now that I've seen it, I am definitely I'm looking forward to Wonder Woman. I'm actually really looking forward to Justice League. I mean, again, I didn't really get the enjoyment out of the movie I was hoping to get as far as the movie goes by itself, but I am excited to see what the universe is going to look like going forward. So like that really extremely excites me. So I mean, I will say that. I mean, I will say this as well. I I'm probably going to go see the movie a couple more times. I mean, it just like because there's so much in there to take, and there were a number of scenes where I love all the stuff with
Right.
Ben Affleck as Batman, Ben Affleck as Batman, like all that stuff. That was absolutely wonderful. I love seeing all
So
that.
he did a good job, you say?
He did a good job. I think acting wise, everybody did a good job. I think where the movie fell apart is they just tried to put way too much in
Too much
there, and
stuff in there. Yeah.
yeah, and it, and
Well,
it
let me
did it didn't fit. So
well, let me ask you this, in this final question for you. Why has it taken DC Comics so long to, I guess, start to catch up to where Marvel is? I mean, Marvel, we had X-Men, now we had Iron Man, now we got Captain America, we're about to have Black Panther, we have the Avengers. DC has all these superheroes, and for years, all we've had is Batman and Superman. and,
that
and
is
and and a bad Green Lantern. So why have they taken so long to finally decide to? All right, oh man, we got Wonder Woman. Hey, we got Aquaman. Hey, we got all these other people. I mean, it's up to debate who you like better. As far as superheroes.
well, no, like
But
that
why is it
that
taking them
is
so long?
that is a fair and good question. It's actually probably multi-layered, so I'll try to go through it as like try to confuse you. A big part of that is a big part of that is like the skate the world has changed since they first launched because like you think about like the first I want to say I mean not including those movies from the 1960s and before
No,
like the TV series.
you're right.
They launched the first superhero movie with Superman back in 1978 with Richard Donner. He directed, like Superman, and they actually shot those. There was like Superman 1 and 2. They actually shot back to back. And then you had the Superman movies throughout the 80s, and then in '89 you had Batman.
Hmm.
After that 1989 Batman, the it started to like they were and at that time they were like the only kids on the block. It was like nobody else doing this.
Right.
Marvel had a hard time,
Yeah, they had a head start. They had a
yeah,
year's head start because they
but
could have dominated.
but even though they were the only kids in the race, they were tripping themselves up because like they tried to make the mistake of taking exactly what like how the characters are in the comic books and put them on the big screen. And when you do that, you get a movie like Batman and Robin, where everything is like the characters are so cartoony, and even though it's live action, it's like, like what the heck is this? What am I
Right.
looking at right now? I mean, that was one of the issues, and but another issue that they had was in the actual comics themselves. When you talk about like Batman and Superman, that's all that they have really done. Those are all the characters that really like. If you look at if you look at the nerd sphere, like the nerds, the geeks like me, we only represent maybe about 5% of the movie going audience. So like, how are you supposed to like take a guy like Aquaman seriously when like you said he wears green tights, he rides a seahorse, he talks to fish. I mean, how are you gonna watch like watch a movie like that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like what they actually did was they actually reinvented the characters in the comics themselves. So they went back and actually made the characters a little bit more edgy and things like that. That's what they've actually been doing for the last 10 years or so. And then so like I don't know, it's just like they've been tripping themselves up, but like now they actually are at the point where they have more recognizable characters. I mean, yeah, you have because like what now when you have when you look at television, so you have TV shows like Green Arrow, Flash. I mean, they're like so you see like it's like we're in the superhero,
Yeah.
like I guess
They're,
golden
they're,
age.
I guess it's safe to say they're kind of reacclimating people to their heroes, like you just
Yeah,
mentioned, Flash. And I tried to watch the Flash, and I couldn't get into it. I just really
no,
couldn't. But
it's funny.
yeah,
I watched Flash season one, which I really enjoyed, and then I started watching season two, and it got too a little too like soap opera for me. You know,
okay.
like I don't. I mean, it's like I understand like your budget's not that big, but you can give me some more action scenes. I don't want to see teenagers hanging out in a juice shop like talking about mommy daddy issues and like the girl. I mean, I don't need to hear about like give me a
All
bad
right.
guy. Go punch somebody or something.
Right. They gotta give him a little bit of edge. They even did that with Spider-Man, as we see, in the subsequent films after the first one. So I get it. All right. So there it is. I just wanted to grab you. Thank you for the time. I know you're out and about in the beautiful Miami streets, South Beach, Miami streets. And I said, man, let me grab this guy. He went and saw the movie last night. I'm gonna,
Thank
like
you
I
for
said,
having me, my friend. I appreciate it.
oh yeah, no problem. I'm gonna see it probably later on today, and see what all the negative reviews are about it. Maybe it may change my mind or whatever.
Quick on that one, but yeah.
You can follow him on Twitter at jclassic305. He is a great up-and-coming movie critic. We like talking to him, and we'll be talking to him again in the future. I think Wonder Woman comes out in June, I believe.
No. Wonder Woman comes out next year. I think Wonder Woman comes out next year. It's the Suicide Squad that comes out in August, and then you have Captain America that actually comes out in May.
May, right, coming up. All right. We appreciate it, Justin, man. We'll catch up with you real soon. I'm Ed of Freeman and Fox, the Sports Brothers. And make sure to look out for our next video blog coming up real soon. See ya.